guys, it's Julith, and today I have a book review for you guys. So we're going to be talking about Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. So I picked up this book about a month ago, and it's not because I'm a slow reader that I just finished reading this book. It's because I got caught up doing other things and then watching other things, so I didn't finish it right away. And I totally am kicking myself over that because once you sit down to actually read the book and and you fall in love with the story, you want to finish it like that, which is what happened when I sat down to read the second half of the book. So this book, I had heard from numerous people that it was a really good book to read, so that's how I kind of came to buy this book and decided to read it. And yes, this book is an amazing book. It's a truly heartbreaking story. So I guess just kind of to tell you a little bit about it, I'm going to read the back of the book for you. It says, Louisa Clark is an ordinary girl, living an exceedingly ordinary life. Steady boyfriend, close family, who has barely been farther afield than her tiny village. She takes a badly needed job working for ex-master of the universe, Will Trainer, who is wheelchair bound after an accident. Will has always lived a huge life, big deals, extreme sports, worldwide travel, and he is not interested in exploring a new one. Will is an acerbic, moody, bossy, but Lou refuses to treat him with kid gloves, and soon his happiness means more to her than she expected. When she learns that Will has shocking plans of his own, Lou sets out to show him that life is still worth living. Me Before You brings to life two people who couldn't have less in common, a heartbreakingly romantic novel that asks, what do you do when making the person you love also means breaking your own heart? So, if that sounded heartbreaking, it's because it's true. This book is heartbreaking. So, kind of a little bit about the book. Louisa, she's a quirky, funny, and witty girl, young girl. She's in her 20s, but she does live a very boring life. Her whole life is about this job. She works at a cafe, and it's steady, but it's nothing too exciting, and she's had it for a few years. And her whole life is about taking care of her family, so that's why she has this job. But soon she loses this job, so she's thrown into her whole life's thrown upside down by losing this job. So she starts looking for a new one in order to be able to support her family. So that's how she comes to become a caretaker for Will Trainer. At first she thinks he's going to be an old man, but he isn't. He's a young man too. And so Will Trainer, we meet him first. We meet him before we meet Louisa in the prologue, which is where we find out about his accident. So he had an accident. He was just crossing the street and a car hit him, and after that, he became wheelchair bound after that. So his life went from very much excitement to being in this wheelchair, and that's not easy for him to deal with, and you see that in the book. And like the back of the book says, he has these shocking plans, which Louisa learns about after being his caretaker for a little bit. His shocking plans are that he plans to end his life through this assisted program. And when Louisa hears that, it devastates her, and she plans to show him that life is still worth living. And so she embarks on this journey to show him this, and in doing so, she and Will both kind of fall in love for each other, and they both change each other's life in ways that neither could imagine. The impact that Louisa has on Will is just truly amazing, and the impact that he has on her. He shows her that her life is simple and that she should aspire for more exciting and bigger things. He shows her that life is so much more than what she has been doing. He shows her that she should do more exciting, more amazing things because she can do anything she wants. And so it's kind of very neat to see how he is trying to do this for her, show her that life has all of these other great things, and she's trying to show him that life is still worth living. And so that's kind of beautiful. I just truly love that aspect. That was my favorite part of the entire book. But yes, and I'm not going to tell you how the book ends because I want you to go out and read this book. This book is also getting made into a movie, which will be releasing in June. I believe it's June 3rd. And about that, they have cast Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones to play Louisa. And I started reading the book before I learned about that. But the moment I did, I was freaking out because she is just like the perfect actress to play Louisa. And every time I see the trailer, I'm like, oh my gosh, this couldn't be more perfect. And because I paused to read I had paused my reading of the book and saw the trailer. When I came back to read the book, I kept imagining her, Emilia Clarke, as Louisa and saying the words, and I kept imagining it all, and it's a perfect fit. I can't wait to see that movie. But a little bit back to the book. This book is something you should pick up if you like a good cry, if you like getting your heart broken. Apparently I'm really into sad books. I guess I just like to have my heart broken because this book will do it for you. It really will. I just literally I was sobbing for like 5 minutes after this book, and I finished reading this book last week, and it took me until now to do this review for you guys because I needed a few days to decompress and really take in this book and how I felt about it, because I had a lot of strong emotions after I finished reading this book. I had a lot of things to say, not kind things to say, because I was so just the way this book ended. It was just very, very shocking, and I want you guys to pick up this book and go read it, and I want you guys to let me know if you've read it, how you felt about it. Anything you guys want to tell me in the comments about this book, let me know, guys. Another thing about this book, that I will say, Jojo Moyes is an amazing... This is my first book that I've read by Jojo Moyes, but reading this book, the way she presents this love story for us is just amazing. We get to see a lot of Louisa's perspective, but we also see a few other perspectives, which is great. We don't see a lot of Will's perspectives, but that isn't necessary because we do get to see perspectives from other people around him. So that is great because you kind of are getting to get to know Will through other people's eyes, which tells you how amazing he is and great. And the funny thing about Will is that before I sat down to read this book, for some reason, I wanted to hate him. Like going into reading the book, I was reading the prologue and I was like, I really want to hate this kid. He seems like a jerk, and I don't know why I even thought this, but I did. And I didn't want to like him. And then by the end of the prologue, after when we see about his accident, I was already so enamored with Will Traynor. Just as Louisa was falling in love with Will Traynor, I think as a reader, I was falling in love with Will Traynor, and so it was a very unique experience for me reading this book. I just really so badly wanted everything to work out. I wanted Louisa and Will to end up together, which you will find out if they do if you read the book or go see the movie. Unless the movie doesn't follow the book. We'll see what happens, guys. This book was great. This book was great. If you have read it, let me know in the comments. If not, is this book on your to-be-read list? If it's not, it should. Have you read any other books by Jojo Moyes? I do have the sequel to this book ready to read, and I will read that soon because I have a huge to-be-read pile. So it's in there, guys. Have you read the sequel after you? Have you read any other books by Jojo Moyes? If so, which one should I read next? That's kind of it for this, guys. Have a great day. I will see you guys next time. Like I said, if you've read this book, let me know what you thought down below in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.